What's going on, guys? It's Kirby's DS Daddy, acting COO and head of media for Samurai Blood Clan, back with another video. Got an interesting one for you today, guys. It's the start of a new year. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions they're trying to start, whether that be trying to work out more, whether that be to reconnect with your dad, start eating healthier, or in a lot of cases, for a lot of young adults, maybe it's meeting that significant other. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. The whole idea that it's no secret that it's been extremely difficult for the gaming community to find love. What I've done here is I'm sort of using the future to my advantage. I have employed the use of ChatGPT and AI to play the role of the female in this course, we'll call it. I'm not even playing myself in this scenario. I've kind of put myself at a disadvantage purposely to show you guys that it's not always in how you look, it's sometimes just in how you converse. And I've written this prompt, so I'll read it to you guys what the scenario is and we'll just go through it. In this scenario, I am a 20-year-old introverted gamer. I'm slightly overweight, but nothing crazy, just a little bit hangs over the sides of my pants. I'm dressed for the occasion though. I'm wearing khakis, a suit jacket with a bow tie. I'm also wearing my best dress hat. So I am dressed up, looking sharp for the occasion, so that's a plus. The location is at the most prestigious nightclub in town. I'm there with my esports crew. We have the money to spend out on a lavish night. Now, what I've told AI to be is I've told AI that she's a Swedish supermodel who is in town for a fashion shoot. She's 6 feet tall without heels, which means she's considerably taller than me. So I've put myself at a disadvantage in that regard as well. You know nothing about gaming or esports. You don't even know I exist. My job is to approach you at the nightclub and try to get you to go on a date with me. You must only agree to the date if I am able to successfully seduce you into falling in love with me. I'm met with a response from ChatGPT. It says that it understands the scenario completely. So this is the scene being set by the AI. The night is filled with the pulsating beats of music as the lights dance around the prestigious nightclub. You and your esports crew are enjoying the lavish atmosphere surrounded by people dressed in their finest. In your khakis, suit jacket, bow tie, and dress hat, you stand out as someone who's made an effort to look sharp. Like I said, see? Across the room, she's referring to herself, the Swedish supermodel, am casually sipping a drink, observing the vibrant scene with a mix of curiosity and a hint of jet lag. You notice me from a distance, and it's your cue to make a move. How do you approach and start the conversation? The main thing I want to say is she's not in her element, and that works to your advantage. Why? 'Cause she's not feeling confident in herself. It's not like you've walked into a woman's house and are approaching her in front of her family, and asking her to go on a date out in front of her parents in her own house. This is a public setting. It's fair play. It's an even battlefield. So this is how I would approach it. This is what I wrote to ChatGPT. Why, hello there. Why is a beautiful girl such as yourself looking so lonesome on a night like this? Are those eyelashes fake, by the way? Now, you guys might be wondering, man, you just really dropped a bomb with the fake eyelashes. Why would you say that to her? That sounds so mean. And you know what I would say to that? Exactly. The point here is I show interest. I show intrigue. I've approached her. I've called her things like beautiful. And then I say lonesome. It's called the push-pull tactic here. You're beautiful, but why are you so lonely? Okay, wait a minute. Should I be lonely? Should I have my friends here with me? You don't want her thinking you're insecure. So you play a little bit on the insecurities of, are those eyelashes fake, by the way? It makes her question like, oh, am I up to his standards? So I just want you guys to really understand the psychology behind what I'm saying here. ChatGPT responded very interestingly, and I'm going to actually TTS a woman's voice to these parts.
I look up from my drink, slightly surprised by your approach. With a polite smile, I reply, oh, hello, I'm just in town for a fashion shoot and thought I'd check out the local scene. As for my eyelashes, they are all real, believe it or not. Good genes, I suppose. What brings you to this glamorous place?
So there's a lot to break down with what ChatGPT said here. She informs us right away that she's in town for a fashion shoot. So right away, she's letting us know. She's disarming the whole thing by saying, hey, look, I'm not a threat to your everyday. I'm not from around here. Please don't see me that way. So she's recognizing that, in a sense, we are on the offensive. Right away, the eyelash thing that I said has seemed to really stick in her brain because she instantly addresses that. They're real. Hey, I want you to know they're real. And then she follows it up with, kind of reaffirming that good genes, I suppose. She's trying to impress me, and this really goes back to biology. Hey, don't go with that other bird, go with me. I have bigger wings, I can fly faster. That kind of stuff. So then she follows it up with, what brings you to this glamorous place? She wants direct answers, but that's exactly what I'm not going to give her. Because as soon as I start providing those, she feels comfortable. She feels at ease. She feels like she's controlling the conversation, and we don't want that. Why? Because it's that easy for her just to get up and say, well, I better get going and leave, and we don't want that. So I'm going to be responding in my responses here very vague. Women love mystery. They love intrigue. They love adventure. Hey, I ride motorcycles and I freaking wipe them out week after week. I'm dangerous. I ran from cops on my motorcycle. I want to clear for the record, I have not done that. I don't even ride a motorcycle, but I'm saying like that's the type of thing women find thrilling and exhilarating. What is your motorcycle that you wipe out? And I want that to be an open question. This is how I respond, and I'll read it to you guys. I go, oh, I don't know, just happen to be in town. I'm part of an elite organization of professional gamers. Right away, I hit her with, I am of a pretty established role, And then I go right into the good gene scene. Yes, with your height and physique, I wouldn't be surprised to see great genes scattered throughout your lineage. I'm acknowledging that I see what she's trying to do. As far as winning me over with courting me with her good genes. And I go, have you by chance ever utilized a DNA testing kit to confirm my suspicions on your premium genes? I just follow that up with that. And then I go into, hey, I recommend using 23andMe. They offer a great product. Again, this establishes a talking point, and we're going to see where this goes.
I chuckle at the unexpected turn in the conversation. Elite organization of professional gamers? That sounds fascinating. As for the DNA testing, I haven't delved into that realm yet, maybe one day. So, fashion shoots and elite gaming crews, quite the contrast. What brings you out tonight? You seem like someone with a story to share.
So this is obviously interesting. She lets out a little chuckle. I view this as a nervous laugh. She's nervous. I have successfully courted her into some sort of intrigue in me. Why do I say this? Because the next thing that's followed up with this chuckle is elite. She's obsessed now. This is exactly where we want her. We have that hook set, guys. Now we start reeling. Then she goes on to the DNA thing. She says, I haven't delved into that realm yet, maybe one day. She's not opposed to the idea. She's not familiar with it. Then she says, so fashion shoots and elite gaming crews, quite the contrast. I find this to be one of the most important sentences of the whole conversation that I've heard yet. Why do I say this? Because the way she says it, in her brain, she's comparing if we're compatible right now. I never brought up fashion shoots, but in her mind, she's thinking, okay, elite gamer, supermodel. And she's in her brain working out, are we compatible? That is a sign things are going great for us. And then she says, what brings you out tonight? You seem like someone with a story to share. So the strategy I'm going to go in with now, I'm not going to show any sort of excitement really. I have this thing where I'm going to start using now little bits of texting language in my responses. You're going to see me using a lot of LOLs. Why do I use LOL instead of actually laughing? There's actually a few reasons for this from a psychology standpoint. Laughing can show weakness. It can show vulnerability. And that's exactly what you don't want to portray to a woman who's interested in you. LOL, first of all, gives them a sense of comfort. They're used to texting language. They do it all the time with their girlfriends. They're used to hearing LOL. Secondly, LOL shows that I do find things humorous, but I'm not willing to expose myself to the point of laughing. And that's to maintain this whole dynamic that I've worked hard now to build from the start of this conversation. If I give her my life story now, there's no incentive for her to take me on any dates or to go on any further dates with me. She's learned all there is to know. So this is how I respond. I go, oh, it pays the bills. I really don't like to take my work out with me though, LOL. You see how I give her an answer, but there's not much to it. So now I'm gonna go right back to the whole genes thing. I'm going to really press on this. So this is what I say. I say, so back to your genes. I'm very interested. Do your parents and or grandparents happen to have any underlying health conditions that affect their day-to-day living? I bring this up, honestly, for my own personal knowledge. And then I go right back to the 23andMe. I kind of push her getting that because 23andMe, guys, I don't know if you know anything about 23andMe, they provide a $130 package that allows you to take your DNA, show your lineage, show your relatives, people you may not even know you're ever related to. That's great, but the part of it that I'm interested in is the gene health portion of this kit. This will tell you what conditions you're at risk for if you have a family history of arthritis. It will tell you things like that, and it's very valuable to know that sort of stuff. This is what I say. I say, 23andMe offers this info for a $130 package that will display your lineage and any underlying health defects that may be in your family. Has your family ever thought of trying this? I don't necessarily say have you, I say has your family. This kind of makes it less threatening, less aggressive, and it's just more of a broad statement. So ChatGPT responds with this.
I raise an eyebrow, intrigued by the unusual conversation. Well, that's quite the sales pitch for 23andMe. No health conditions that I know of, but I suppose it could be interesting to explore. Do you often discuss genetics at nightclubs, or is this a special occasion? I grin, attempting to keep the conversation lighthearted.
So I find this response extremely interesting from a female psyche standpoint. I can tell that she doesn't necessarily want to take the test. For what reasons, I don't know. I don't know if there is something there she doesn't want me to know, or is it maybe she just doesn't want to take the test for fear of her own knowledge. I don't know. I don't know why, but I can tell in a passive sort of way she's trying to make me feel like the weirdo for bringing up this kit. Things like, well, that's quite the sales pitch. So then she goes, do you often discuss genetics at nightclubs? I don't quite like those responses. I sense a bit of an attitude behind them, and those could be potential red flags if you ask me. Now, I'm not going to read too much into them, but it's something to take note of. She's trying to, in a sense, diffuse it, turn it more into a joke, make me feel like the dumb idiot. But that's exactly what I expected. I was definitely, you could call it a chess move ahead here, and knew this possibly would be how she would receive that question. I'm already an entire response ahead of her. I already have the next round in the chamber ready to go for what I'm gonna say. And this is what I say. I go, LOL, no. See, I hit her with the LOL again. I go, LOL, no, but 23andMe should probably pay me by now, LOL. After all the time I've been plugging their product, LOL. I flip the joke back on her and just play right off of what she says. Then I go, oh, no health conditions is good, but really you cannot be 100% certain without studying one's genetics. Again, I'm bringing the kid into this because word of mouth is great. No, I didn't rob that bank. Oh, okay, well, have a great day, sir. We won't do any further forensics to make sure you didn't. We'll take your word for it. No, that's not how I roll. So then I go, I've been saving it for a rainy day, but I do have an extra kit back at my place. Kirby, why didn't you bring this up earlier to her? I didn't bring it up earlier to her because why would I waste a kit on something I don't know is going to go anywhere? Those kits are not cheap. $130 is a lot of money to just give away to someone that this might be the only night I ever talk to them. But at this point, I'm too invested. I've put too much effort and time into this conversation not to offer it. So I finally pull this line out. Maybe we could go for drinks and then send in a sample after our date. We will just need a saliva swab sample and I can overnight FedEx it in the morning. You can always just Venmo me or something the cost for the kit and overnight FedEx. I say this because I obviously do want to get reimbursed for this. She's making money, she's not broke. Plus an overnight FedEx is not going to be cheap. So then she responds with,
I can't help but laugh at the unexpected proposal. Well, that's certainly a unique date idea. I appreciate the offer, but I usually prefer getting to know someone a bit better before diving into DNA discussions. How about we stick to something more conventional for now, like grabbing a drink and enjoying the night? Tell me more about your life in the gaming world. It must be quite the adventure.
So as you can tell from her response, she's still kind of on this whole thing that I'm going to make him feel like the weirdo for bringing this DNA stuff up. Well, that's certainly a unique date idea. She's basically trying to, in a nice way, belittle me and call me a weirdo for bringing up DNA stuff at a nightclub. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were the one who makes rules at these nightclubs on what can be discussed and what can't be discussed. Apologies for violating rule number 64 on page 7, second paragraph. No DNA discussions at nightclubs. I didn't know that was a rule that was established here. So then I respond. Again, I'm going to throw in some LOLs, but I'm going to start implementing body language. You guys have not really seen any body language work here now. That's because body language off the start can seem a little aggressive and actually scare women away. So what I mean by body language is things like winking, things like shaking hands, things that are very cordial, things that are very subtle. And if you guys want to, get kind of a little more bold, a kiss on the hand and a slight bow never hurts. So I respond with, well, I didn't mean it like that. I usually like to get to know a person before analyzing their DNA, LOL. So I kind of just diffuse it, even though I think getting to know someone's genetic health is a very important part of dating them. I'm going to put that on the back burner for just a little bit and really pursue just locking in this first date. I say, I just thought it could be a cute date idea, but hey, there's always future dates. I wink. See how I kind of throw in a little bit of body language here with the wink? And then I go, drinks would be divine. I have my car parked in the back alley parking lot. We can go now. You see how on it I am? Like, hey, we can leave now. I don't want to really stall this. Then I go, I'll tell you my story on the way. Let's just say it'll take a trip to tell you everything. Winks again. You see how I kind of feed her that mysteriousness. I feed her that idea that it's going to be adventurous. There's a lot to tell you, and there's benefit to you going out to drinks with me because you're in for quite the story. So then she responds with,
I chuckle at your playful attitude. All right then, drinks it is. Lead the way to your car, and I'm all ears for your gaming adventures. And whatever other tales you have up your sleeve. With that, I follow your lead. Curious about the journey that lies ahead.
So there we go, guys. We have successfully locked in this first date. Main takeaways, what I wanted to share with you guys is you could see from the beginning I put myself at such a disadvantage. I was shorter than this woman. I was overweight. I was socially awkward. Everything a lot of gamers probably think about themselves. I'll never get her. I'm not 7'12", 250 pounds of muscle. I'll never get her. She's way too pretty for me. She's not into 4'5" Minecraft gamers. Stop thinking like that. Women want confidence. They want someone who takes the wagon by the reins and steers that bad boy. Did you see how I didn't lose my confidence once in this? She hit me with, well, that's weird, that's unique, DNA questions at a nightclub, that can't be done. And you know what I said? Yeah, they can be done, and I just did it. That's what I said. So what are my suggestions? First off, change the variables you can change and stop obsessing over what you can't. You can't change your height. You can't change the way your face looks. Stop worrying about that and start worrying about your approach, your strategy. Worry about your style. Style's a huge portion of this. I came to this nightclub dressed to impress. I had the khakis, I had the dress jacket, I had the dress hat. Show up with an intent. Don't go in there, well, I'll just see where the night takes me. Maybe someone will find me attractive and love me. I went in there, I said, excuse me, sir, show me the most attractive woman in this club. Oh, right there? Thank you. I'll be on my way. And I walked right over there, and I put on the performance of the night. So guys, I hope this was valuable to you, and I hope you take and study this video and implement some of these strategies in your own search for a significant other. I want you to know that this necessarily isn't over. I stopped it at just locking down that first date, but if you guys want to see how I would approach this first date, we can continue this entire scenario off of ChatGPT. The prompts are all still here, and if this video, guys, if we can get it to 100,000 likes, 100,000 likes, guys, I will make a part 2 and show you guys exactly how I would play out this first date. If you guys have any questions in the comment sections, anything you'd like me to elaborate on, any more advice you guys would like in the meantime, feel free to drop a comment, and either myself or Jethro, our head media intern, will get back to you on an official response on how to handle whatever you're seeking advice on. Remember to like and subscribe. As always, guys, we appreciate your support. And with that, guys, this is Kirby's DS Daddy, acting COO and head of media for Samurai Blood Clan, signing out. Thanks, guys.